So here's how we're looking this morning. Shreds are still there. Definitely happy with my overall physique. It's time to get the day started. First tip for you guys in order to help become shredded is to make sure that you are getting a lot of protein in your diet. One thing that can help would definitely be something like this Pescience Snickerdoodle protein powder. Absolutely phenomenal. This only has 1.5 grams of fat, 24 grams of protein, and less than 1 carb in it. So definitely a high protein source. The reason that you want to have a lot of protein in your diet is that it does two specific things. One, it causes your body to burn a little bit more calories when you're digesting it than it does with carbs and fats. And then two, it supports the growth of lean muscle tissue, which in the long run is going to make you appear even more shredded. Making sure that you have a lot of protein in your diet is definitely important if you want to maintain shreds or gain them over time, because if you don't have enough protein, you're not going to look as hard, as muscular, as vascular as you want to look over time. Other protein sources besides just protein powder, you have things like meats and dairy products. Those two are very, very great in helping you make sure that you get a lot of protein in with minimal fat, depending on the ones that you choose. Of course, you can go out and get some of the fattiest of cheeses or the fattiest cuts of steak, but if you are trying to make sure that you are getting solely protein sources in, I highly recommend lean meats, so things like chicken breast, turkey breast, any sort of white fish. When you think about dairy products, fat-free or low-fat dairy products are going to be extremely high in protein, as well as you have supplements like protein powder. Pescience is a very, very great source of protein powder. If you've never checked out their products, I would definitely recommend doing so. And I'm going to let you guys know now, I'm not sponsored by Pescience or anything. I just really, really like their stuff. So make sure you cop some if you haven't already, and keep your protein high. The Snickerdoodle flavor is really good. So being shredded, plain and simple, just means that you're lean. Being lean, your muscle mass is more apparent, you have less fat mass overall, and you just look straight up muscular. So in order to get shredded, there's a couple things that you really want to make sure that you're doing. A few things that you really want to make sure you're doing. First and foremost, my number one thing is going to be to make sure that you are tracking your food. Let's be honest. We all have friends. We all know people that go to the gym all the time. They work out religiously and they look the same day after day, month after month, year after year. Why is that? Well, it's because of their diet. Your diet's going to control the majority of how you look, not just your workouts. Now, let me just back up really quick. Your workouts do play a significant part in how you look overall, but your diet is going to really shape you and allow you to be a little bit more muscular, a little bit more lean, a little bit more overall in shape. Making sure that you track your food, knowing how much protein, carbs, and fat are in the foods that you're eating on a day-to-day basis is going to be the number one most important tip that I can give you guys. Okay, my next tip is going to be to make sure that you're staying active. The more active you are, the easier it is to actually burn calories. And when you're burning calories, that's helping towards getting shredded. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure you guys already know that. Burning calories is definitely going to help you to stay leaner over time. But doing simple things like going on a walk, like I'm doing right now, maybe standing on your feet, is going to help you to burn more calories rather than being more sedentary. So if you work like a desk job or something like that, or if you're a student, you want to make sure that you're moving multiple times a day to keep your activity level high. Your non-activity thermogenesis is going to stay really, really up, and overall going to help you to stay leaner in the long run.
Fast man, but it's ass plan. Fight for my life with the brass hands, and I still ball with a bad hand. Got an aerial point of view, but they'll never see the big picture through zoom lens. From the quicksand, make it push start, type of band's coupe with the tent plan. I'm back on my bender rolls for the kicks. They quick to give them 2 cents. Put my circle tight like we glued hands. Like I don't believe in new friends. Trail light, I know the ice thin. I drop the song, get a few wins. I crave the comfort in my own skin. Really, I just wanna feel the world spin. Drop a check, watch me double that. I get it lit, I watch it bubble up. Remember opening for shows, no a show, but I pulled through, I muscled up. Now the label one fuck with us. I spin the paper, let them know what's up. I figured out we really on all off the phrases, but I can't get no sleep. Blending in the weeks. Life is bittersweet. I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright. Okay, yeah. I can't get no sleep. Blending in the weeks. Life is bittersweet. I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright. Okay. These days I get replays, blue faces, how I decorated the loose page. Remember how I used to serve the plate, clean the food tray, working 8 to 4 from Tuesday through the weekdays. Hustle evenings at the stool off Highway 92 in Haywood, always running just a few late. Tucking a new game, back to the crib and I color in new ways. Building a new blade, but the budget tied me down like shoestrings. Collected the loose change, those were the days that made me. She on my line like a beacon, she could've swore that I was cheating.
Okay, so my next big tip is going to be to make sure that you're weight training rather than doing cardio. Cardio might be necessary at a point to help you get shredded, but weight training is going to be your primary source of getting you shredded. Making sure that your muscles are visible is super important, not necessarily hammering in just a bunch of calories on a treadmill. So think about it this way. When you're using a treadmill, when you're using a bike, something like that, any piece of cardio equipment, you're just solely burning calories. When you're weight training, you're telling your body that those muscle groups that you're training are important and that it needs to make sure that it not only builds those muscles, but keeps the mass that you already have around. Prioritize weight training, prioritize your diet, and I got one more tip for you guys, so stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so my final tip for you is going to be to make sure that you get enough sleep in. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm about to head to bed myself. I am super tired. It's been an extremely long day. So sleep is extremely important in helping you to become shredded. This is one of my sleep aids, my UPWALK. Hey, you want to go to bed? I want to go to bed. So yeah, again, sleep is extremely important in helping you to become shredded because it gives your body an opportunity to actually rest and recover. When you allow your body to rest and recover, it's going to repair itself. It's going to allow you to lose specifically fat mass if your training and your diet are both on point, just like we talked about in my last tip. And overall, it's just going to help you to be healthier. Being healthier is definitely going to aid in your pursuit of being leaner or shredded. That's my big tip to you guys. And then one final bonus tip would be to just be patient. It does not happen overnight. I highly doubt anyone really gets shredded in 30 days or less. It's going to take some time. So really be willing to put in the work, take the time, and don't rush it, so that you can see the results. Anything worth having isn't worth rushing for, so take your time. Thank you guys again for tuning into my channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on another tip video just like this one. And